It's a high profit margin product because of the process, not because of the ingredients. And that's make the whole difference.
Hey, my name is Felix Tia, and I'm the host of Shopify Masters, a weekly podcast powered by Shopify, the easiest way to sell online, in person, and anywhere in between. Each week, we invite entrepreneurs like you to share what they've learned growing successful e-commerce businesses. In this episode, you'll learn how to build an email list if you started your business offline, how to deliver a wow factor to the unboxing experience, and how do you maximize profit margins for your products. Before our show, I wanted to let you know about Shopify Inbox. It's a brand new free sales channel you can set up right now in your admin. With Inbox, you can manage all the customer conversations from your store and social media in one place. Plus, chat anywhere, anytime using the mobile app or on the web. Most importantly, Inbox can help you close sales since 70% of Shopify Inbox conversations are with customers making a purchasing decision. Use the power of chat to turn browsers into buyers. For more information, visit shopify.com/chat. Today, I'm joined by Anthony Rosemond from Pastries. Pastries sells authentic French pastries online and delivered throughout the United States and was started in 2017 and based out of Southern California. Welcome, Anthony.
Hi, Felix. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so where did the idea behind French pastries online come from?
So to tell you the whole story, my wife and I, we were in Paris. We kind of left everything in France to build pastries here in the US. What we wanted to do is to kind of match up both our skills. My wife is a French chef from Le Cordon Bleu Paris, and I'm kind of an expert for online marketing and websites. So we decided to jump from Paris to California to test the idea. And what we found out is that they were missing, authentic pastries online in the US. We wanted to bring our experience to the game.
Yeah. So what were some of the first products that you launched with?
The first product we launched with was French macarons. But maybe we can dig a little bit later on that point, for how we found out that macarons were the main products. Because when we first arrived, we didn't know what the American market would fit into. So we kind of tasted a lot of different French pastries. But yeah, we decided to go with macarons first, and now we are launching French crepes as well.
Yeah. So you mentioned some market research in the early days. Tell us more about that. Like, what did you knew that you wanted to sell French pastries online. What kind of market research did you do? And what did you find out about what product to launch with initially?
Yes. So first, from Paris, we kind of checked online from abroad, and we saw that there might be an opportunity, but how it works when you're far away. It doesn't really count as a market study. I would say you really need to be on the field. So what we did is we came over for a few months in Southern California. And our strategy was to really meet people, in reality. Like what we started up with, we started with Meetups, the Meetups, the app. And we find some kind of groups and we say, okay, hey, we don't have nothing to do with your group, but we can bring free pastries for you to test and give us some feedback in exchange. So we started with that strategy, and then we started farmers markets as well, at a lower scale, which was in Newport Beach, Costa Mesa, and Malibu. And we arrived with a few pastries. We had macarons, we have a few French cakes, and with the feedbacks from customers, we literally see at the first few days and weeks that macarons were really, really popular in the US. So what we decided to do is focus on these products first. But yeah, it's really the market study on the field, that really helped us move forward at a bigger scale after that.
Yeah, did it surprise you what was famous or was popular rather in the US compared to what you might have expected?
Yes. We knew that macarons is a very special product. It's very famous worldwide, and it's recognized as French, and it's very difficult pastries to make. So we know there was a demand here. But for example, in France and Europe in general, gluten-free is not such a big deal. And what we found out is that macarons are naturally gluten-free. And we didn't even thought about that part, when we were in France. So we discover, what is the market trends here and what really people look into for for this kind of stuff. So yeah, for example, the gluten-free aspects really surprised us. The real popularity of macarons really surprised us. We really didn't know that there was such a high demand for a small product like that. So yeah, we really decided to focus first on this particular product, to enter the niche.
Yeah, and one thing you said earlier that I really liked was about how you were already doing some research online, but you found that it was important to try to meet people in person. What was this? What was this like? Why did you feel like it wasn't enough just to do your market research online, and it felt like it was important for you to meet people in person?
Yeah, because online, the first thing online is you don't always find every information you need, especially when you try to research a specific niche, which was the case for us. At the time, there was like 3 to 4 bakery online, I would say, and it wasn't really French bakery. So we can see that there is there is a good niche because there is not that much competitors. And when you check the different SEO tool like SEMrush, you can check the different keywords, and you can see that there is a high demand and very low competition. But that's just things online. Maybe people try to find it online, but they didn't really purchase after that. So we really needed to see and meet people to, I would say, feel, what's the market and what really people like. For example, we didn't know what flavors American people would like, what macarons flavors. So we know what French people like, but we didn't know what was the famous, recognized, I would say, macaron flavors here. So the farmers market and the meetups and all the feedbacks that we got from early customers was really important for that, to kind of I would say, narrow our vision to start the business.
Yeah, so I think that one important aspect that you did first, though, was that when you did research online, what you were looking at was the demand and then the kind of competitive landscape. You found that there was a lot of demand online by looking at some of these SEO tools to see that there was a lot of search traffic for maybe French pastries or keywords around that. But then you did not find a lot of suppliers, a lot of stores, a lot of websites that were there to meet that demand. But then from there, you look, okay, there's something here to this. Let's go a little bit further and try to meet people in person. Now, I think that's a great approach of going to these kind of meetups. Like you weren't trying to build a meetup yourself. You were just kind of attending existing meetups that had existing kind of audiences, existing people to meet. Can you talk to us about your approach there? Like how did you decide which kind of meetups, what kind of events you would go to?
Yeah, that was really a fun part because we just arrived like literally a few days. We found an Airbnb in Los Angeles. And we said, okay, how can we test fast, and meet people? So I knew that app, in Meetup in France is pretty popular as well. So I said, hey, let's see what our audience, would think about that. So at first, what we wanted to introduce was the macarons and the other pastries. But choosing the Meetup was kind of fun because we didn't really know what kind of audience would, purchase this kind of products. Is it as a gift? Is it for parties? Is it for baby showers, for wedding? So what we did is the first ever meetups we did was a pregnant woman's from twins meetup. That was kind of fun. Yeah, because that was literally the only one that responded to us. So we just say, hey, we have free pastries, with French chefs. We just come over and let you guys try and give us the feedback. That's the deal. That's it, So they were very happy to welcome us. So we arrived in this meetup where there was, lots of pregnant women with twins. Mm-hmm. So we just arrived with our pastries and let them try everything. And we sit for 2 hours listening to twins, pregnancy stuff. So that was fun.
That does sound fun. I'm sure you got to enter a lot of different worlds throughout this process.
Yeah, that was funny because they were, a husband and wife. So we were here, waiting, hearing the feedbacks and then hearing all the details in pregnancy and everything.
Definitely a big learning experience. Now, when you first decided to take this approach of meeting people in person, like what exactly were you looking to find out? Like, what were you looking to get out of? Like, what would you consider a successful experiment or successful time at one of these meetups?
Yeah. So the really first thing, we are a two-person team, husband and wife. We do everything in house and we control 100% of the business. So we are kind of free of what we choose to do. So the only first thing we wanted to do is narrow the niche, narrow the products, which is the first one. What is the first product we want to go out with? Because I knew we cannot go out with, 5, 6 different products. It's not a good strategy, in my opinion. It's really better to focus on one main product that will work because there is a demand and people are waiting for it. So the first objective was really to narrow that, to find that what I call MVP, most valuable product that would be, macarons for us. So the first objective was this. Then once we have the MVP, so it's the macaron in our case, we started the farmers market with only macarons and see, okay, what are the flavors that are popular? We like salty flavor, sweety flavor, fruity flavor, creamy flavor, all that, and kind of narrow down further the niche. And once we got all these, aspects, I would say, then we started online.
Got it. Now, you mentioned that you found that it was really important to narrow the niches and narrow it down to just one product. And, most people when they are launching a business or launching a brand, they're thinking, okay, what are all the different things I can sell, and really try to launch with a lot of different SKUs, a lot of product lines. Why did you find that it was important to just focus on just one main product? And what do you think this did for you because you were so hyper-focused on just one product?
Because in my opinion, it's really important to be an expert and really nail one product, to enter the market. It's really much more easier when you have, one specific product that you really control, that you are the best with. People recognize the quality of it, and then once you enter the market, the pastry market online with one product, you can launch others because, it's very, like I said, we are just a two-person team. So it's better to focus all your effort in one specific product that you can, develop and perfect over time. And then once you are recognized in this one, you can start, expanding with other products, which we will do soon with the French crepes that we are launching soon.
Got it. You definitely want to talk about the expansion of the product line to crepes in a little bit. So you, as you were doing this, as you were talking at these meetups and you're meeting these people and they're trying out your products, what were some of the things was there anything that surprised you about the kind of feedback or anything you heard that surprised you that you might not have come to on your own?
The first objective behind pastries, the main goal, from further abroad, was to create a subscription box of French pastry. So that was like one pastry a month to your door. That was the original idea. Once we arrived here and we tested a few different French pastries, we realized that not all of them were well known enough here in the US to be worth pursuing and creating the product. So we really switched upon these meetups and meeting the clients in the farmers market. We really switched towards the macarons at first because we really felt that it was like lacking, quality macarons here. Definitely the feedback was that because every single client always say, hey, there's no real French macarons here, or we cannot find it. Hey, I need to send that as a gift, or I have a wedding for my sister, or I have a baby shower, and things like that. Always come back to macarons. So it was really obvious after that we had to really switch our business model to focusing on macarons first. And then we actually created the subscription box as well. But every feedbacks that we got either in the meetups or, in the farmers markets was really focusing us, telling us that to go in that direction. So that's why we kind of listened. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, when you went on to do farmers markets next, did you learn anything new there, or was it kind of more of the same? This kind of reinforced what you guys were already hearing from those meetups.
Yeah. So, like you said, the meetups kind of focused us with the macarons, And then we launched the farmers market to kind of go a little bit deeper into this market study. So the farmers market was more a test to see, is there enough demand to focus only on macarons? And the second objective was, what flavors? What are the flavors? Now, okay, we know it's macarons. What is important? Do you really care about the flavors? Do you have specific a taste? We didn't know really what people might like here. So, for example, one big things that we learned here was from a customer. I remember his name was Kevin. He said, "Hey, I saw your because we were starting the website kind of at the meantime to kind of test. But yeah, he said, hey, it would really be great if we can pick what is the flavor we want, in the box. Because at the time, what we had, it was kind of variety assortment kind of with like 10 or 12 different flavors. And yeah, this customer just came up and said, hey, I just want these two. Is it possible? And say, hey, maybe this is a feature that it would be really valuable, And starting from that, we knew that it was very interesting to add this feature to be really specific on each flavor. Because sometimes people like fruity flavors, like, passion fruits or raspberry, stuff like that. And sometimes people like creamy flavor, salted caramel, chocolate, tiramisu. And maybe the fruity people don't like the flavors, like salted caramel and everything. So this is the kind of feedbacks that was really useful for us at the farmers market.
Yeah, one of the really cool things, interactive things that I've saw on your website, which is at pastreez, pastreez.com, is that you can customize these boxes, and as you're picking the items, like as you populates on this image, I think it's kind of hard to describe, but it's really cool to see. Is there difficulty? Like, what difficulty does this add into your kind of supply chain when you're allowing people to customize your order to this degree?
Yes, it was. It was a challenge at first, not that much because we were very small at the time. So it's just pick and choose from the batch from the day. But yeah, you can't with our business model. Every order is customized. So you can't really have like pre-package or pre-prepare all your orders ahead. No, each order is different, and I think. Now looking back to it, I think that's part of what made us different is we really care about what you care about. So if you like specific flavor, yeah, you can order 24 macarons of passion fruit if you are a passion fruit flavor, So yeah, it's kind of difficult for the supply chain thing, but I guess it's part of how we differentiate as well.
I'd imagine too that having this kind of customization, this level of customization, probably gives you a ton of data to help with inventory planning and just knowing what kind of tastes your market, in this case, people in the United States have, and probably helps a lot with like the planning of the inventory. So let's talk a little more about the supply chain, especially at the beginning. So once you had recognized that there was demand for your products, what kind of flavors people liked, what was the first step towards going online?
We were attending 3 farmers markets at the time. It was Malibu, Newport Beach, and Costa Mesa here in Southern California. And there were the 2 of us only. So we kind of split, rented a car and go here, go there. And we said, okay, now it's been 6 months. We are doing the farmers market. And my objective as an online marketer and, creating the website and everything, it was always to go online at the end. So this was really part of the phase of market study. Even if we started getting sales, with farmers market, which helped, us develop as well. My main objective was always to go online after that. So we also used the farmers market, to build like an email list. So every customer has like 1 extra free macarons on the market if they share with us the emails. So we start getting, a little bit of a community here of macarons fans. And as the website started to go, because, after 6 months, we kind of had all the feedbacks we needed. Every feedbacks we kind of had at the time was always the same repeating. So we felt like, okay, that's it. We already We already know what's important to them. Now let's get back to work for online. So what we did, it was kind of a transition from the markets to online. But I really wanted to stay at the markets. At the meantime, we were building the website because we can use these kind of feedbacks for the online as well. So we kind of switched, from, okay, I want your feedback for macaron flavor to, okay, what is the feature you would like to see on the website? Is a subscription box means anything to you? Would you care? Do you need a gift box? Would you use a macaron tower, to have a feedbacks for the online application as well?
Yeah, and I think one thing you touched on that was awesome was that you built an email list even if you started just offline. A lot of people think an email is something you build online only, but you actually started offline. And even better than that, you actually gave them an incentive to sign up. I think this is ingenious where you aren't just putting out like a clipboard with people sign up, if they want to, they don't get anything on the spot for you. Incentivize them this time to sign up. How effective was this just to give away like one, free item for them to put their email address down?
It was pretty effective. Maybe 2 out of 3 customers signed up. And it was, we just had like a piece of paper and everybody just kind of writes their email address over there. And what we started to do is emailing our customers about, hey, the next week at the farmers market, it will be these flavors, and we kind of got, repeat customers that comes like every week. And we started building relationship actually with them over time. After 3 or 4 years now, we still talk to them. So yeah, it was pretty effective, and it was a way for me to start, the transition from the markets to online.
Yeah, and when did you start seeing things kind of flip where most of your sales were now coming online rather than offline at these farmers markets?
Yes, so we saw that at Christmas time. We started the website, I believe it was September 2017, and we started the business in April 2017. So we started the markets about, May, something like that. And the website was fully operative, I would say, in September. And now switching back to the online things, that I know a little bit more with SEO, with, online marketing and all that stuff. Because I knew this niche was an accessible niche fast for us because there wasn't that much competitors and there wasn't that much, quality similar products online. So starting September, sales were, only the farmers market people. And then October, we starting ranking for macarons near me, which is a main keyword. It's something I always advise when people ask me about that, is put your name of the product and near me. To activate those keywords is really, really strong because people have an intent of purchase. But yeah, so the switch, I would say, it's Christmas time. Because we were getting, at the time, it was so many orders for us, and we didn't have time to fulfill our duty, I would say, to the farmers market. So the first rush really with pastries was Christmas time. Then once we passed Christmas time, arrived January 2018, was a little bit slow. We say, hey, let's keep the farmers market in parallel and see how it goes. And then Valentine's Day arrived, and this was another rush. So at this time, after February, we kind of slowly walked out of the farmers market because we already also see that, in the revenue shares, onlines were doing much better by that time to the farmers market. And farmers market, you have to bring your canopy, you have to build everything. You stay there for 9 hours. So it at the time it started to be too much to be on both, for the two of us. So that's how we slowly exited the markets by mid 2018, something like that.
Yeah, you mentioned that first of all, it popped off during the holiday season around Christmas, and you also mentioned around Valentine's Day. So it sounds like gifting is a big part of your business. What changes do you make? What changes did you make to your business to take advantage of the fact that a lot of your customers were coming to buy gifts for others?
Yeah, so for Christmas, the first Christmas, we had a macaron gift box. This was our first, I would say, custom packaging. It was kind of a custom, gift box, kind of iPhone box, pretty smooth, very cool design. It was really designed to be gifted. So that worked well. And then for Valentine's, what we did is we focused on heart macaron. We did, it actually was the first ever online. It was a heart-shaped macarons with flavor raspberry. So it's really deep red. So, it's perfect for the occasion. And yeah, we did a specific flavor for Valentine. So it worked pretty well at the time. It's really the beginning. So we are not effective in the shipping. We are not effective in the supply chain. And to give you a fun fact here, the first gift box that we ordered about 1,000 gift box. It was too small for the macarons. So it was very hard to, put all the macarons in the correct way to ship correctly. So yeah, it was really the beginning of that.
Yeah, and you mentioned I would definitely want to talk about the packaging, what you learned from there. But one thing you talked about was how you're still learning about the logistics of shipping and everything. And one interesting thing that you have now, which I don't see from other vendors, other than maybe like flowers or something, is that you're able to kind of schedule out a delivery where you can add an event date. I guess, if it's going to deliver for Mother's Day or Valentine's Day or Christmas, you want to be able to purchase it now, but then schedule out in the future. Talk to us about how this works in the back end. How do you handle things like scheduling when people make a purchase that where they don't want the item delivered for weeks from now?
Yes, that's a great question because we actually took advantage of a Shopify feature. I don't think it's made for that in the beginning, but we kind of tricked it this way. For the shipping options at checkout, you can add, different shipping options. And what we did is simply add a shipping option there and say, hey, this is Mother's Day reservation. So pick this shipping option if you want it to arrive by Mother's Day, around Mother's Day. And that's what we do every single rush time for Christmas, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, these kind of big rush dates. We always had a shipping option there to say, hey, pick this one if you really want this as a gift for Mother's Day. And this is kind of a game changer because it allows us to get pre-sales, even a month before. For example, for Valentine's Day, it's February 14th. Since, mid-January, we can start getting orders because sometimes people really order ahead of time. And with this option, it's really easy for us for the back end because we can, put the list and say, hey, these people don't want their order to ship right now. So we put that on the side and then we will ship closer to February 14th,
Yeah. And, during these kind of special holidays, you mentioned that you've done things like special flavors for certain special holidays. Are there certain other kind of features or product add-ons that you feel like do well, especially if it's for like a gifting customer?
Yeah, what we had is two specific customized items on the website. So on the product page, for example, of the macaron gift box, there is two specific custom items that we added is add event date and add gift note. So add event date, for example, if your wife's birthday is in a month, you can still order right now. You just had to click add event date and you select your date in the calendar and we will ship closer to that date. Same thing for the gift note. You just click add gift note on the product page. You add your gift note and this will be printed out on the gift receipt along with your order. So those really work well because again, it goes in the customization way, like picking your flavor, adding your gift notes, adding your gift date. You feel really care, when you order like that. So I guess it goes in the same direction, with the customized thing that we really focused on.
Yeah, and when you were launching these different gifting options, were there different price points that you play with? What have you learned about how to either price or display a product that is specifically meant for someone to buy as a gift versus just a product that they would buy for themselves?
For themselves, for example, you don't, if you buy macarons for yourself or for at home for just dessert or stuff like that, you would pick a simple packaging. You don't really care about the packaging as long as ships well and stay fresh and everything. This is okay. But for the really for the gift part, we have some specific items that are focused for gifts, like the macaron gift box, or even we have a gift subscription box where you can prepay for 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months, and the recipient just receive a box of new macarons every month for 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. The macaron gift box, for example, we really focused on the smooth packaging, to feel special. Because when you gift something, especially when you ship, you really want this wow effect, when the customers receive the box. So our main example here was the Apple, packaging for iPhones. I really fell in love with this packaging. It's really smooth, lots of details. So our macarons gift box feel exactly like that. It's really a way to make your recipient feel really care.
Hey, real quick, if you're enjoying the show, please leave us a review on iTunes and let us know what you think or what you'd like to hear more of. Now, let's get back to the interview. Yeah, that makes sense. Now, so these you mentioned earlier, these 1,000 gift boxes that you originally ordered that were too small. Talk to us about what happened. Like, how did you react or adapt to this situation?
Yeah, so at the time it was a pretty big mistake we made, but we were keep learning, so that was part of the process, I guess. So the gift box were here. It was beginning December, no time to reorder or to back order or to do anything. What we had to do is make them fit. So what we had to do is actually kind of trick the gift box inside, push a little bit the border, adapt our products to the packaging. Actually, we really had to change the macaron because they were too big. So we found a way in the recipe to make them a little bit more flat so they can fit correctly in the box. But yeah, this period was really a nightmare because for each order, we spent too much time. It was really, really day and night. So when the 1,000 gift box were, out of stock and sold out, we really celebrated because we knew that now we're gonna, get a better packaging that really fits perfectly with our product.
Yeah, I guess what was the lesson learned moving forward when it came to figuring out what kind of packaging to order to create when you have special items or even for your more recurring items?
At the time our recipe, we control the recipe, but from Paris to Los Angeles, it was really a different weather, different humidity, different temperature, and all these factors affect the macaron recipe. So it kind of got too fast out of hand because we had too many demand. So the size of the macaron, we didn't really know that much. So that's why we kind of ordered an average size packaging, and we say, hey, let's see how it goes, So what we did after that, when it got sold out, we said before to order a new packaging, let's control 100% the product. Once we have a really specific average size, because if macarons are handmade, so each macarons will be a little bit different in size. So that was kind of the trick here. But once you get, I would say precise enough, accurate enough in your product, we were comfortable enough to reorder. So what the lesson we learned, I would say, is that we really needed to know 110% of our products and our process before ordering custom packaging. Because custom packaging, it makes it custom if it really fits right for your product. If you order, I would say, an average packaging that fits, okay, product A, B, and C, it's okay though, but it's not a custom, packaging for this product. And it feels less care about, when you receive it. So yeah, we really wanted the product to fit the packaging and the packaging to fit the product. So yeah, we control the product a bit more before to reorder this custom packaging. And then, yeah, the next batch was perfect.
Yeah, and you talked a little bit about this unboxing experience that you really wanted to have this wow, this delight factor like you would find with opening up like an Apple product. Talk to us about that. Like, how do you design it into? Like, what are some things that you've changed, or some things that you've added to your packaging that gives that fun, that delightful unboxing experience for customers?
Yeah, the whole idea behind the pastries gift box was to get it was like a jewelry box, like you order some jewels or ring at Tiffany and Co. And you open that, with a little ribbon and stuff like that. All that is part of it. So I wanted a soft touch box, kind of like the iPhone packaging. This was really important to us because before to even opening the box, you touch it and you have to feel special when you receive something like that. So the first experience is the look and the feel. So the soft touch was the first thing. The second thing was we wanted to have an embossed logo, that fits outside of the box, kind of. So when you put your hands over it, you can feel, the logo. This makes it fit special as well. And then the opening, inside, it was really important for us that the macarons really doesn't move during transit, doesn't, stay very perfectly. So you can, when you open the box, you can see the bright colors of different macarons flavors. And then the only thing you need to do is try and taste them.
Makes sense. Now I want to talk a little bit about the growing business that was happening online. So it sounded like a lot of your customers at one point were coming from just offline customers that were maybe buying from you online. And then you mentioned that one of the efforts that you put into driving traffic that was purely coming from online was around SEO. And you mentioned one key thing is to put your product plus near me as a kind of a phrase that you want to rank for. Tell us more about that. Like, what are some of the SEO things that you've done to rank highly in your category?
Yeah. So the really first focus I had was macarons near me. The near me is really important because, like I said, it focuses on a buying intent. So people who type anything near me, they are very interested and they have a purchase intent. So I really focused on this. I used the plugin SEO for Shopify to help me with that. So you can, I would say, adapt your page to rank for those. What I used is really SEMrush. It's really, really helpful because you can see for macarons near me who are the other competitors that are ranking for it. And then you can analyze them and see why they are ranking for it and then beat them at that, So since it was a pretty small niche, I was able to get, within few months, we were top one, ranking for this keyword. And that really, really helped us. For the traffic, visitors, I always advise and focus on organic first. We are not, really fond of Facebook ads. Maybe we can enter into details later about that, but I really prefer the organic stuff. Because organic stay there, you can see it come up and down, you can fix it up, and it's really about your energy and your capacity to adapt, and also what also helped us at the time, growing into this top one ranking in Google, was the reviews and blogs. We started to get, requests, hey, can I try your macaron? I can make a review and stuff like that. So we were very happy about that because at the time we really wanted to get some more feedback about, the macarons. So yeah, really focused on organic search, a keyword at first. And then once we were ranking for macarons near me, I started for other keywords as well.
And was this most like kind of offsite SEO? Because I would imagine, when people talk about SEO, a lot of them are talking about like running blogs or creating a lot of content. Like, what was your strategy to being able to rank for something like the near me keyword phrase?
Yeah, it was both actually. So it was inside and offsite. It really goes hand in hand. So the first thing is I really adapted the website with the keywords. So the main page, of course, but specific product page as well, because you really want your customer, even especially when it's someone typing macarons near me, you want the first page they see is a product page because you have less clicks to arrive to the purchase. If you send them to your main page, which is pastries.com, you still have to click buy, then you select your product and everything. It's more clicks. So what I did really is adapted a specific product page to the keyword. So for example, the 48 macaron page is really, I would say, detailed and focused for the macaron near me keyword. And then offsite. Sorry, I cannot lost. So this is insight. So what I would advise is really each product page has focus on one specific keyword. So this way you can rank the same website for different keywords very efficiently. So 48 macarons go to macarons near me, 24 macarons go to buy macaron keyword, and everything, something like that. And then offsite, when you start, you are nothing online. So it was important for me to find out, who are the people that really like foodies, give reviews online for this kind of products, and just reach out to them and say, hey, I have this product. We are pretty new. We'd love to send you a box for free, and just tell us what you think about it. And it started like that for offsite, SEO. And altogether, it helped us, ranking really fast for these keywords.
Oh, so it wasn't just like inbound requests from people that wanted to review your products. You actively try to reach out and get blogs or reviewers to review the products?
As well, yes. Yeah, because when we started, we really, you are nothing online, there's plenty of websites. So we didn't have that much of reach out, but we first reached out and say, hey, we can send you a free product. Just let me know what you think. And, that was pretty much it. And if they were happy enough, they would make a blog post. And then, the snowball effect was that other bloggers were subscribed to their blogs. So once they reviewed us, we started receiving, requests to review as well.
Okay, so once you get one outlet, one blog to review, there's going to be kind of a snowball effect of others that want to review as well. And what's the kind of your involvement here, other than just sending them the product to review? Are there ways to maybe not incentivize them, but like get them linked back to you, right? Which is a big factor in SEO. Is there any way to encourage that, or does that typically just happen when they are reviewing your products?
To be fully honest, I'm not a fan of, paid advertising too much, especially when it comes to small blogs. It's kind of, you share, if you like it enough, we send you free product. And if you like it enough, just tell us what you think. We just want your feedback. And if you really like it too much, you can write about it. And at this point, we will also share in parallel, with our social media, Instagram, share the blog post as well. So I think it's kind of they give us visibility, we give us visibility, it's kind of a win-win situation. It was more like that. And to this day, I work really like that because, we are confident with our products. We know we have a good product. I really feel like it's better to share, visibility together rather than paying to review, because it kind of bias a little bit when you pay someone to review your product, because of course if you paid them, they will most likely give you a positive comment. We really want to stay flat on that, and that's what we did since the beginning. We got reviews from Le Cordon Bleu Paris, Travel Plus Leisure, or even BuzzFeed, and we never paid a single dollar for these kind of referrals.
Yeah, that's amazing. And one thing that you mentioned too was about how when you are choosing what products to sell is to focus first on a single product, like you mentioned, with high profit margins. Talk to us about this. Like when you are identifying what products have highest profit margins, are there ways that you have control over the profit margins, either increasing the prices or decreasing the expenses? Like what are some ways that you've been able to maximize profit margin?
Yes, that's a great question, actually, because this was the profit margin was part of the decision making for macarons. macarons for French pastries is almost the biggest profit margin product ever. Because when you look at it, ingredients to make macarons is almond flour, sugar, and egg white. The almond flour is kind of expensive, but it's not that big of a deal, especially in California when we have the best almonds in the world. But yeah, it's the ingredients itself is not expensive. To give you an example, for 24 macarons, it costs $2.4 to make, and we sell them for $49. So it's kind of a 95 plus profit margin. But the price is actually fair when you compare to the competitors. And the secret in macarons is not about the ingredients itself; it's really into the process. It's very, very hard to get quality macarons. Yeah. You need to practice. You need to know the techniques. So it's a high profit margin product because of the process, not because of the ingredients. And that's make the whole difference because, like I said earlier, we control 100% of the process. We do the macarons, we package them, we ship them. We don't do any outsourcing. So when you control the supply line from A to Z, you can really make good profit margin.
Right. So the more you can get the process dialed in, the more you increase and sustain your profit margin as you grow. That makes sense. Now, you mentioned earlier, too, about how you're now, for the first time, expanding your product line into French crepes. So tell us about that. Like, how did you decide that was going to be the next addition to your product lines?
Same deal. We did the same research and same focuses that works for us for the macarons. So what I did is first started with SEMrush, SEO, checking the keywords, just analyzing and see, hey, is this product a good fit for here? Do American people like crepes? Is it in high demand? What are the competitors? What people are doing and not doing? So the results, it was, to give you an example, macarons near me in SEMrush, it's about 60,000 volumes of research per month. Okay. And the crepes is about 75,000 volumes of research per month. So the market seems a little bit bigger than macarons. And when you check I would say the competitors for the crepes, there is simply none online so far. There's simply none. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there is none, except of course for Walmart and Target and things like that. But there is no online bakery that focuses on crepes that ship fresh to your door. Of course, there is creperies, near you in your city. But if you are not in a big city that has crepes, that's it for you. You can't have access to quality crepes. So we did exactly the same process.
And do you find that's the case, that a lot of your customers, like your orders, are disproportionately coming from smaller cities that maybe don't have any kind of French pastries local to them?
Yes, we do. A lot, actually, because if you don't live in Los Angeles, or let's say Boston, New York, Miami, these kind of big cities, that's it. You don't have access because this is a very specific pastry. So let's say you have a baby shower and you really want to have a special day, very enjoying with specific pastries. You have to find it online because if you don't, you live in a rural area or not in a big city, you won't have access to it. So yeah, with Shopify, you can get the reports of which state actually orders. And it's very fun to check that, to see what is the state that ordered the most. Of course, for us, it's the most populated state, like, New York, New Jersey, California, but it's not necessary in the big cities. So we make it possible for anyone in the US to get, quality French macarons, quality French crepes to your door.
That makes sense. Now, you mentioned that you are shipping throughout the United States. Are there special considerations for packing and shipping food products that you have to distribute to the entire country? Yes,
it was the second challenge right after you remember the packaging issue we had in the beginning. So packaging is a really, really important step, especially for shipping food products. So at first we didn't know. We ordered from competitors. We see how they package. Because you don't want to reinvent the wheel. Somebody must have done something smart before you. So just, find out about them, order their products. That's what we did. And we say, hey, we ordered from a cupcake company. And we say, hey, this is very clever. There was a clamshell container that protects the cookies. And then there was an insulated pouch. And then there was an ice pack. And then there was bubble wrap. And then there was, all these little details that they came forward with their products. We find out that it would fit for us as well. So, that's what we did. And shipping is really, for food products, is one of the main issues. That's why for crepes that we are launching soon, we really wanted to get rid of that issue straight away. So what we choose to do for the crepes is ship them into vacuum sealed bags. When you ship into vacuum sealed bags, the product is still perfect, still fresh. You still have to put ice packs and insulated pouch, but it won't break. It won't have any problem. So really, really, really important step, the shipping process.
Makes sense. So pastreez.com, pastreez.com. I'll leave you this last question. You mentioned that you're now moving to French crepes for your next product. What do you think are going to be some of the biggest challenges coming your way in the near future?
Scaling, because for now, like I said earlier, we want to keep it for us, maximum amount of time. So what we did is really a husband and wife team. My wife keeps the macaron, the recipes, and I'm for the online stuff. So recently what we had is we opened the first pickup location here in Southern California in Phelan. So you can order online and select the free pickup, at checkout. Shopify allowed that. So this was like 3-4 months ago. So this was a big step for us this year. And then is scaling, because we, like I said, the recipes itself is really technical. So we would have to hire someone and training very, very much. But, so they became very strong at this recipe thing. But also we would probably not outsource, but, hire someone to help for the shipping, especially during the rush hours, for Christmas and all these dates. And that's after that's the production, as long as you can keep the production line, you can ship. So at this point, we were able to do it just the two of us, even sometimes day and night. So it kind of got complicated. But soon we'll have to jump higher and get more like machines for the recipes and help for the shipping and the production process as well. So that's the next I would say challenge for us.
Awesome. Yeah, it sounds like a big challenge, but at least it's clearly defined what you need to focus on. So thank you so much for coming on and sharing your experience and advice, Anthony.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was nice to talk to you.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Shopify Masters, the e-commerce podcast for ambitious entrepreneurs powered by Shopify.